And there it is.
Yeah.
Do.
I wonder what we're going to do. Every time now I go live for the past 3 weeks, it gives me this message. Hangouts on Air is going away August 1st.
Oh,
what are you going to do on August 2nd?
Yeah, what do we need to do to continue the show on YouTube? It says try youtube.com/webcam.
Oh.
Is that going to work though? The way that we have this
sounds like
going?
It'll be a disaster.
No,
sounds like it'll be a disaster. So we may end up switching to who knows what.
Twitch
or not doing the show live on YouTube anymore.
How depressing.
Which would be a shame. I got to figure out some way to do it.
Are we going to be Twitch streamers?
Yeah, I believe we would
are.
be IRL streamers at that point.
Unfortunately, we don't stream nearly enough to get partnered. So,
or be a talk. Right? We'd be a talk show.
No, I stream. Oh, I think my daughter's home. I stream 9 hours a week or no?
Yeah,
6. Hang on, doing some math.
Okay, here we go.
4.5 hours a week.
Yeah,
not even close to 9 hours a week. 4.5 hours a week, and that's not enough to be partnered.
Well, 4.5 hours. What is that? That's nothing.
It's nothing.
We could do like a 9-hour show.
No, we couldn't.
No,
yeah, we could.
No.
I mean, we could.
Let's start doing 3 shows a week.
I'm up for it.
Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday.
I think you need to stream at least 15 hours a month or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. I always fall short by like 2 or 3 hours. That, and I don't have nearly enough followers, so there's that.
Oh, you have to have a
number of followers? I blame the amount of time. Yeah, you need to have an average of, I think, 75 viewers.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That ain't happening.
Okay. Should we get going, or
I want to hear more about the. I want to hear more about the back doors of Twitch. What's going on over there?
There you go. Scoop Jessica in the chat just said that YouTube's dying and Twitch is where the cool kids are at.
It's true. Yeah. All right. I guess we should start, right?
I don't know. You're the host.
You know what's really thrown me off, though?
What?
I didn't realize Scoop Jessica had a last name.
No, me neither.
I actually thought
Jessica was her last name.
It's so cute that 2 people named Scoop found each other.
I know,
and they seem to be so happy together.
And I mean, she didn't change her last name or anything. She kept her maiden name of Jessica when she got married.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been very confusing.
Yeah,
to have Scoop Joey and
Scoop
spouse,
Joey.
Yeah,
that would have been weird.
Yeah.
You would have used like their middle initials.
Yeah. Could have hyphenated. It could have been Scoop Jessica Joey.
Scoop Jessica Joey. Yep.
that will be their kid. Oh man.
You can start anytime, CJ. Okay. You are in control.
Yeah, you're the
Am
host.
I? Oh, okay.
You're the host with the most bloast.
Okay.
So anytime
hello and welcome to episode.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hachi machi.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to episode 661 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, July 9th, 2019. I am your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Hello.
How's it going, sir?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
It's hot here. It's probably not as hot as where you are, but it's hot.
It is hot
for us.
Yeah. It's been like 90s every day, mid 90s.
Really?
I don't know what that means, but
it's hot. Whatever hot is in your.
I mean, that's
system.
To me, that's close to the boiling point of water. So
yeah.
100
degrees.
Joining from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
How's it going? 100 degrees is the boiling point of water in Celsius.
Yes.
And
in
0 degrees
in the world, but where you are.
0 degrees is the freezing point of water.
Yes.
So look at that.
You know things.
I don't know what any of those numbers in between those two mean.
That distance away from the boiling and or freezing point of water.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. Is that shorts weather?
So it was like 36 degrees here 2 days ago. So it's approximately 1/3 of the distance between freezing and boiling. So you figure out whether that's shorts weather.
Does that mean I got to wear shorts outside? I don't know.
Yes, absolutely. It means you have to wear shorts outside.
Probably.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. How's it going?
This is going good. Hey, guess what?
I don't know.
This episode right here.
Yeah.
This one.
661, 5 more episodes to our countdown of evil.
Yeah, that's true. Is the very last episode that I'm recording in Atlanta.
I need to say something.
Wait, what?
What's up?
You don't look packed. That room doesn't look any different than it has
so
for the last 7 years.
You're right. So yeah, I'm moving this week.
How many days until the truck leaves Atlanta?
2.
2 days.
What are you doing? Look at behind you.
Look behind me. Yes,
nothing is different.
I know. Yeah, this is actually a green
moved.
screen. What you don't see, it's just a green screen of this. Yeah.
You are not prepared for this move, dude.
I don't have to be. You know, when you hire movers,
I don't have to be.
They give you a price of
the lower.
Okay, how much is it going to be for you to pack my stuff? Like if I were to have you pack, how much would that be? And then you start weighing whether that price is worth your trouble or not. And in our case, we went with that. So I am not packing.
You're paying people.
That's right.
And when you do that, you're actually not allowed to pack.
Yeah, anything that you pack is not covered then by insurance.
Right, that's true. Yeah. So you're gonna make some poor mover delicately pick up every one of those
150 amiibos
sitting there.
Yeah.
They're gonna wrap you because I mean I have had jobs professionally move me twice in my life. Once from Illinois to California, and then from California
when
out
they came and saw your place and all your crap, did they up their rates? Were they on the phone with the company almost immediately? Like, look, we didn't charge enough.
No, because you know what? I don't have 100 damn amiibos just scattered all over my desk. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to take like 5 sheets of giant paper and they're going to wrap every single one of those damn things.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Your one amiibo is going to end up being like a foot in diameter.
That's fine. That seems fine
because of all the packing paper around it.
That's right. Yeah. So big move coming up. But also I realized this will be the first time that I am in the same state or in the same time zone as another host of the show.
And you chose Phil.
And I chose Phil.
Thanks.
Smart move.
Thanks a lot.
Smart move. It is as far away as you can get from Greg.
All I'm saying
while
is
still remaining in the continental U.S.
All I'm saying is your mighty American dollars would have gone a lot further in Nova Scotia.
Well, that's definitely true. That is definitely true. So yeah, I am moving this week and moving to the great state of Washington.
There you go.
Not terribly far from where Phil is currently recording.
It hurts.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm actually tingling a little bit. I'm so sad.
I'm tingling with excitement. How's that?
To dispel rumors that are bound to pop up, you are not coming to work with me.
I am not coming to work with Phil. That is true. Yeah. In fact, I'm not.
He's
moving
actually
for
going
a
to
job.
take Phil's job.
I'm not moving for a job at all. So that's usually people's next question. Like when I say, "Hey, we're moving to Seattle." You got a job then? No, not yet. Still working on that part. Yeah. But we have family out there. My wife's sister and her family are out there, so we're moving to be closer to family and friends. Obviously, Phil's out there, and a lot of
friends.
What friends do you have out here?
Exactly. So it's and then hopefully a job will come at some point too. We'll be working on that. Still working on that. But we'll see. So that's exciting. Last podcast from Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah. End of an era.
Still hurts, man.
Yes. So maybe we should get into some.
You don't care.
News.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
You want me to move to Canada?
It makes me sad that you're moving farther away.
Like anything's going to change. Like the recording time of this show is going to change.
It will. Yeah.
If anything, it's you who's changing the time of our recording. Let's be honest. We'll still play Sea of Thieves every couple months, I'm sure.
Yeah, your best friend Mike and I were talking with that there last night. How he's going to have to adjust his entire schedule to.
I know.
That's right.
Schedule.
That's right.
You're gonna have to make new Sea of Thieves buddies.
It's okay. I can wake up early.
I mean, he gets to sleep in, Although I feel like he's going to be screwing up at work at this point because,
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, well. Let's talk about some video game news.
Okay.
What say we do that?
Did anything happen this week?
No.
Okay.
Because, it was Canada Day and then the 4th of July.
Right.
So nothing happened.
I am prepared to sing the Star Spangled Banner if
it's okay.
If I'm so prompted.
You don't
Are you
have
sure?
To.
I was practicing. I was practicing.
Please don't.
Oh, say
so big news this week is that Remedy is the developers of the forthcoming game Control, as well as Alan Wake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have purchased the rights to Alan Wake back from Microsoft.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yes, so there is some reporting, some rumor. It's not entirely a sure thing yet, but that Remedy could bring Alan Wake to other consoles, including Switch or PS4.
I don't care.
What have you?
I don't care much about that as much as I would love to see an Alan Wake sequel
or remaster, or as you say.
I would play a remaster. Yeah. Sure,
I would certainly play a remaster as well. Alan Wake is one of my favorite Xbox 360 games. It's so good.
It's on my top 100 if you want to check out my top 100 videos.
I'm sure that it is. I would be surprised if it was not. I even bought the special edition that comes with like a large book.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's like it's a pretty big box actually.
What book?
It's like a fake book? Alan Wake.
An Alan Wake novel?
Novel, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
If you haven't played Alan Wake, you should play Alan Wake. So if it does come out on modern consoles and you haven't played it, try it.
Yes. Yeah. Excited about that. So they haven't said anything about the plans for the series yet, but I'm hopeful that we'll see either a remaster or a sequel.
You know what they could do? They could release it chapter by chapter as a downloadable game.
They could, yeah.
And you could pay full price for it up front, and then after chapter 2, they could reduce the price of the entire package.
When did
only one company does that?
Well, not anymore. They don't.
Not no more. They don't.
Not anymore. Yeah.
When did Alan Wake first come out?
2010.
2010. Yep.
Oh yes, that's perfect for Switch.
It's going to be one of the newer games on the console.
There you go.
New to me.
Play it. I'd play it on Switch. Sure, absolutely.
I mean, to be fair, development was happening as far back as 2005. So
yes, right? I mean that game, they showed it off at E3 a lot.
Yeah,
because originally it started out as an open world game,
and
halfway through they switched and went away from that and made it chapter based, not open world. So, and I think to the game's benefit.
Yeah.
Oh, what we ended up getting was fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of perfect on Switch.
Nobody was.
That's 80% of this show, isn't it, CJ?
Well,
yeah, we know how you think.
So Breath of the Wild, obviously that game's been out a little while.
You know what? That game is perfect for Switch.
That game is perfect for Switch. You're right. Game Explained did a video this week about Outset Island from Wind Waker.
Oh yeah,
being hidden within Zelda Breath of the Wild. So this is a coastal town in the south of the map called Lurelin Village, and they have a side-by-side, like a picture-in-picture comparison of Wind Waker's Outset Island, which is the starting area in Wind Waker, and Lurelin Village, and the similarities are quite stunning.
Oh,
yes. And I had been to Lurelin Village before.
I'm trying to remember if I'd been there during Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I definitely was there because I went there and was doing a side quest, and it was raining, and it was generally crappy. But I did not notice. I did not notice the similarities to Outset Island. But
are the little houses in the same? Because I saw some.
They're in the same place. Yeah,
I saw pictures online, and
cool.
And yeah, I saw there were some houses, and it's even got that little kind of lookout tower coming out of the water.
Lookout tower, yeah.
Yeah,
that has to be purposeful, right?
I would imagine, probably.
I would imagine. Yeah,
can't think of a reason why it wouldn't be.
It's cool. I mean, I would imagine that when they start developing a Zelda game, they probably, and if they're playing with graphical assets, especially, they probably take an environment that was in a previous game and like change it up, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's been a long time.
Yeah. It'd be fun to find out the story behind this particular thing, for sure. Now there's just really speculation, but it would be cool to find out. So Way Forward made an announcement this week.
Yes.
Of a game. Well, I guess they announced it back in the spring, and we're getting our first look at it. It's River City Girls.
Oh, right.
Yes, a new side-scrolling brawler from Way Forward and Arc System Works.
Yep.
Because Arc System Works owns the River City Ransom license, the whole series.
The fair amount of River City games coming out in the past few years.
It really has been.
Yeah.
Like more than I think a lot of people realize.
Yeah. More than I remember.
Yeah.
There have been some where I've kind of forgotten about. Wasn't there like one that was all like multiplayer focused?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's one that's like there's one that's it's like I don't know if calling it a MOBA is proper, but it's like an arena battle.
Yes. Yeah.
I
did not play that one.
No, me neither. It was on I noticed it was on sale on the Steam sale recently, and it's like, oh, it's a River City game, and then I went and saw the preview. Like, I'm not going to play that.
Right.
So,
but this one you might play.
Oh,
I think.
I'll definitely play River City Girls.
Yeah, the trailer looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's a pixel art brawler. Mm-hmm. And in this one, you play as Kyoko or Misako for co-op beat 'em up fun times. And the story is that their boyfriends get beaten up and taken, and then they have to rescue them.
Yes.
Nice.
Presumably, they've been beaten up and taken by the police. From the little animated intro they showed.
The intro, yes.
So you have to go bust them out of jail or something.
Yeah. The trailer looks awesome, and it comes out on September 5th for the Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Is it digital only, or is it?
Limited Run Games has announced that they are going to be doing a physical.
Nice. I hope around launch.
They have not said when. Knowing Limited Run, it probably won't be at launch. It'll probably be
a little bit after.
Yeah. That's usually how it works.
The pre-order might go up before September 5th.
That is true.
Speaking of limited run pre-orders, Corpse Killer was on sale this week.
Oh yeah, did you get yours?
Anniversary Corpse. Oh yeah.
Now, did you get the big deluxe edition one?
Oh yeah.
Did you see what the crazy crap they're including with that?
Well, yeah, and I followed Josh on Twitter, and he had said a little while back, because what he did is actually acquired a bunch of old tchotchke and old copies of the game, sealed copies of, I think, the 3DO version and maybe the PC version.
It's mostly
PC and Mac.
A bunch of 3DO versions and some of the Mac version,
as well as like a behind the scenes videotape on VHS.
Yes,
and basically he's got a pile of those, and they're going to be randomly added to the anniversary special edition, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
Where you're also getting other fun stuff, and I'm not
getting like one tchotchke.
Yeah,
and they can't guarantee what you'll get.
Which, but I'm super excited about it, and I'm like I said before at E3, I'm just really excited that Screaming Villains is doing more of these classic digital pictures remasters, because I think those games are awesome. They're fun, and they're like weird, a weird view into where gaming was in the 90s. So yeah, super excited.
Hopefully they'll get to Sewer Shark one of these days.
That would be excellent.
I'm so hoping for that. I still play Sewer Shark pretty regularly.
Yeah,
Sewer Shark
and
is great.
good. Did you see Way Forward announced another thing this week as well?
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the intro for Shantae? Is that right?
But well, maybe this wasn't as much as a surprise as I thought it would be.
Yeah. What is it then?
Well, it's that.
It's the Shantae 4.
They're doing Shantae 5, I believe.
5? Okay.
I believe it's 5. But they're doing a new Shantae, and they showed off some of
They had announced that before.
Had they?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's part of Apple Arcade.
Oh, okay.
That
makes sense.
So maybe you didn't pay attention to the announcement, but
why would I? Why would I pay attention to anything involving Apple Arcade?
I only know one person who cares about Apple Arcade.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I'm assuming it's coming to an actual system as well.
I would assume, yeah.
Because you know what I love with my platformers.
What
is no buttons?
Controls, yeah.
No, I don't want. Get those out of here.
Yeah, they just get in the way, really.
Yeah,
they're just a barrier between you and the game.
No tactile feedback when I'm playing a platformer at all.
Mm-hmm,
no, so that's going to be coming to an actual system at some point. But yeah, they showed off. The little anime intro by.
I think you mean anime. Yeah, actually, Japanimation. I think is the word.
That's exactly what I meant. Yeah. Like Project A-ko and Gal Force, all my favorite Japanimations.
Cutie Honey.
Yes,
Cutie Honey. Fist of the North Star.
What is it? Is it a studio? Is it Studio Trigger? Are they the studio that did the animation for that?
You're asking the wrong person.
Really? Didn't you used to work at an anime magazine?
Weren't you like anime guy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the anime studios in 2019 are.
It's not Maharomatic or Love Hina, so I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's my
that's pretty good, CJ.
That's my new character for the show.
Love Hina.
The anime loving prospector.
Bring me some of that Tenchi Muyo.
I'm pretty disappointed they took out the Fly Me to the Moon from my Evangelion. When my Shinji's fighting all them angels, I need to hear some Fly Me to the Moon. Bye, Cracky.
I like this. I like this a lot.
There you go. Now imagine if Anime Loving Prospector and Bane were at a fast food drive-thru. I think it might go a little something like.
Let's not actually put the audience through that. Instead, let's put the audience through this.
Yeah.
What do you think about the term Metroidvania?
I hate it.
Well, we've all said that's a stupid term.
Maybe
you didn't.
I'm fine with Metroidvania.
How do you like shmup to you weirdo?
Well, shmup I don't like.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, you draw the line at shmup.
But I'm fine with Metroidvania. Anyway, there's an editorial on Kotaku that kind of called it out, saying we should come up with another term for it. Of course, didn't offer any alternatives.
Well, that would require too much work.
It's games media.
Also, wasn't their argument is we need to come up with a new term because people who aren't gamers
into games don't know what it means.
And you know what?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
That's just like roguelike.
Yeah.
How many people who use the term
don't even know
roguelike?
the word roguelike is referencing a game called Rogue.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's people call them Souls likes.
Yeah.
Do they?
People
do.
Really?
They actually do. So get used to that one.
I always thought it was just this is the Dark Souls of blank.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But they actually
the Dark
say
Souls of blank. And they do use Souls like, yeah.
Okay.
That's a thing. I'm fine with both. I don't care.
Well,
Call it whatever you want.
My problem with Metroidvania is that the Metroid type games were already
a
thing. Yeah.
It made sense to me when you call like Symphony of the Night Metroidvania, because then it was like, this is a Castlevania, but they're aping Metroid.
Right.
But then to turn the whole genre into Metroidvania, I don't know why, but it just bugs me because
Symphony of the Night was a Metroid-like game.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing.
The other thing I liked about that, the editorial, the opinion piece, was that he like name checked Jeremy Parish, but didn't like reach out to him to ask him about.
Yeah, Jeremy tweeted about that.
Said that Jeremy coined the term and then didn't say anything else about it. He could have easily talked to Jeremy on Twitter. He's not that hard to get in touch with. Jeremy
Parish, noted recluse, and certainly isn't involved in the game industry at all these days.
No. Coined the term?
It bounces between him and Sharky.
Scott Sharky.
Scott Sharky.
I want to say that we heard it before, because I want to say people were using Metroidvania back in like 97 or 98.
Are you sure?
That is a false memory. That is a false memory, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Show me the receipts.
Yeah. No, it's I think most people credit it.
Popularized it.
I think most people credit it to Jeremy, and I believe I've seen Jeremy actually credit it to Scott Sharkey.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I may be misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure I've seen Jeremy say, no, everyone blames me, but it was actually
Now
Scott
I know
Sharkey.
what I'm doing for the rest of the week.
There you go. Looking up.
Yeah. Looking this up, researching this.
Of Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Pre Jeremy.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case. I believe it is one of those two. Some one-up weirdo came up with it.
No, I mean, yeah, maybe it was. I mean, I've always considered that it's as popular it is in those circles mostly because of Jeremy, because Jeremy had a whole series of
Yeah, he did a
videos or actually essays as well about Metroidvania games.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I have no problem with the term because you say it and people know gamers know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep,
that's true. You don't have to describe like, oh, it's a map-based adventure game where you'll have to backtrack and
you really can't just say Metroid-like.
You can say Metroid-like.
We say roguelike.
Actually shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually saving a syllable.
I mean, I think you say Metroidvania because of the RPG elements in if there's RPG elements in the game.
Stole that from the chat.
I did not steal it from the chat. I'm not even looking at the chat.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. What's your favorite Doom clone?
My favorite corridor shooter is
No, Doom clone. We call them Doom clones here.
No. Corridor shooter.
Uh-huh.
I liked Quake 3 Arena. Quake 3 Arena.
What's that?
I always call them marathon likes.
Marathon likes?
They're Wolfenstein 3D likes.
Wolfensteins.
Yeah.
They're Super Noah's Ark likes. Right? I'm right. Yes.
Have any of you fellers seen the Bubblegum Crisis?
Oh, see, now you're talking my language there.
Let me tell you.
Enemy Love Prospector.
Manconia Hurricane. You know what I'm saying there, fellas? Chris and
I happen to like the
replicants.
Orange Road.
Oh, yeah, everybody likes that one. Let me tell you, though.
Anyway.
That Urusi Yatsura, man, oh man.
Man, oh man.
Moro Boshiataru is such a pervert. Loves that hentai.
Speaking of anime, did you see that?
Speaking of prospectors that love anime,
did you see that the Akira manga is being turned into more anime?
Well, it's about time. Let me tell you, the Akira motion picture's a fine film and certainly exquisitely animated.
I don't think Katsuhiro Otomo makes a good manga.
A fraction of what the manga is. Oh man, I have all 6 volumes hardback. That 35th anniversary edition.
Okay.
Can't wait to see that series.
Dear listeners, I put chapter stops in the podcast for just this reason. If your podcast client supports it, you can skip over stuff. But anyway, I think now it's time to talk about what we have been playing. And I'll kick us off.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
Oh,
yeah, that's right. I'm doing it.
I think YouTube's going to be kicking us off
well, August 1st,
the end of at the end of the month. Yeah,
that's very true, Phil.
Yeah,
but so I have been playing Sea of Thieves, as you know. I've constantly been playing that, but you know, they had that anniversary update that they released at the end of April, and with it they had some narrative sort of story based missions, 9 of them to be exact, and I finally completed the 9th Tall Tale with my normal crew this past week. Yeah, so I've completed the story that they added to Sea of Thieves, and of course, at the end there's a boss, and we kept dying repeatedly. This boss is sort of a bullet sponge boss, and of course I died directly when the other guys finished the boss, and then I respawned on the boat instead of in the boss area. So I didn't actually get to see the like full ending. Yeah,
so you got to go do it again.
I got to do it again. But in Sea of Thieves, to get the legendary commendations for them, you have to do them 5 times each. So,
oh my god,
well, that sounds like a rare game.
I mean, I won't be doing that anytime soon. But
you're moving.
there it is. Yeah, I can't.
Do you have to collect all the green bananas and then all the red bananas?
No.
To actually get credit for it.
I gave that game a 9.5. I'll have you know.
That game is terrible. CJ.
I liked it at the time.
No,
maybe I should play it again.
It was always bad.
No, it was never good.
Okay, well,
yep.
I liked it at the time. Anyway, so yeah, I'm playing a bunch of Sea of Thieves and still enjoying it quite a bit. And they're still doing updates to the game as well. So,
well, there
more reason for me to return to it. Also played more Super Mario Maker 2.
Yeah,
of course. Still enjoying that. Still enjoying playing through levels that other people created.
Is anyone creating actual Mario levels?
Some people are, yeah. Some people
because
are.
The only thing I've seen online
I am not doing the Kaizo Mario
it's
crazy
Meat Boy shit, and it's like I don't. You know what? You speedrunners, that's fantastic. I love it. You guys obviously have skill, but man, I just want to play a Mario game. Man.
You can play a regular Mario game. Like go into the endless mode, play the normal difficulty levels, and most of those are absolutely fine.
Okay.
And there are a couple creators that you can follow. Even our listeners on Discord, people have been sharing their creator codes, and they make real levels. Listener Kerbutashi, remember Kerbu? He's been creating levels.
Yeah,
for it that are quite good.
Yeah,
and I will say that all of the Nintendo Minute, Kit and Krista, and then also Chris Slate is contributing to a profile on Mario Maker that shares all of their levels. And all of those are regular Mario levels, not ridiculous Meat Boy-esque stuff.
Did anyone follow what happened with Chris Kohler and his level this week? Like, there seemed to be a whole bunch of controversy around that.
Yeah, so he created a level, started tweeting about it, and then somebody accused him of plagiarism.
Right.
Plagiarizing their level. And it got enough steam that basically his level got pulled from the popularity lists.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because so many people were downvoting or reporting his level.
Well, here's the thing. There is a... The problem is that he works for Kotaku now.
Is that the problem?
And people just hate Kotaku? Is that...
There's a certain sector of the internet that really dislikes Kotaku.
Oh, so they're willing to...
So they not paying attention to the fact that, this is Chris Kohler, who is extremely reputable and has been working in this industry for decades and has a rock solid reputation.
Mm-hmm.
They just saw guy at Kotaku
creating levels. Let's
get on the attack.
Yeah.
So
they did that, and they got his level basically pulled from search results. You can still play it. If you go to his Twitter profile, you can still find the code for it and play it, but it is no longer found in searches. It's not in the popularity list.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. It's a good level though, so people should check it out. And that's all I've been playing. I've just really been playing those two things and playing Purge stuff. We're not moving to Seattle, which is a fun video game, let me tell you. So, Greg,
still sad. I played more of Bloodstained this week. I've been playing it on the stream, so only playing it every couple of weeks. So that's going to be around for quite a while. So I have to say though, I got to the Solid Snake boss, and by Solid Snake, I mean the boss that's voiced by David Hayter, not an actual Solid Snake boss.
Right.
Although he can't sound like anybody else, but himself.
Right. So
and I couldn't beat him, and it was like probably the first major boss after you finish the prologue on the boat.
Yeah.
So I tried to beat him like probably half a dozen times, and I just couldn't do it. And I know there's probably something simple that I'm missing, but a lot of the people on my chat were like, you're not leveled up enough. There's a bunch of side missions you can do. Go do those. So I spent like the hour and a half that I played doing that. And to get those started, you had to go back to the town that you start out in after the prologue. And of course, I hadn't found the teleporter room that's near town, so I had to walk back there.
Oh,
and I have to say, I mean, I did get the teleporter, so now I've got a teleporter between there and where the boss room is, and that's fine. I wasn't happy with the way the side quests are set up in that game.
Really?
Yeah, well, they treat the like where the store is and where the alchemist is, are also where all the people who give you your side quests so far are located. And it brought the game to a screeching halt for me. Like going back there, and it's like, okay, there's a woman here who it's really funny because the lady that gives you a bunch of side quests is basically, here are all my dead family members. I want you to murder this number of monsters.
Yes.
And like she's got a lot of bloodlust happening, which is pretty funny. But it's like, and that's what it is. You talk to her and you accept all these quests, and it's like, kill 5 of these and 2 of these and 4 of those, and then come back and tell me about it. And so you go and do that, and that's cool. And then there's a little old lady down by the store who's really hungry, and she wants certain types of food, but she can't remember what they are. So you just see an icon. It's like, oh, she wants pizza. So now I need to figure out how to craft pizza.
Yes.
And to do that, you have to craft pizza dough and cheese. You have to find cheese, which you get from mutant rats, which is a little bit disturbing.
Well, I mean, of course. How do you expect to make a pizza?
So it's like it's that, and then I really don't like. So the other thing is that you can unlock things in the store by crafting them, and so you go back to the alchemist. And I know you guys know all this, or at least you do, Phil. You go back to the alchemist, and you have to go through the crafting menu and all that. And then once you've done that, then that stuff's available in the store, which is in another room, and you have to cross through. I spent so much of the hour running back and forth between the crafting room and the alchemist room, which are literally 2 rooms away from each other.
Yeah,
I just didn't like.
I don't know why those characters are in different rooms.
Right? Like
there's no reason for it.
That's one problem. But just the other problem is, like, I'm thinking more along the lines of, I mean, I've played all the Metroidvanias, all the Castlevanias since like Symphony of the Night and in the Iga style. But Symphony of the Night is the one I most identify with when I'm thinking about these games, because that's the one that I've played over and over again.
Right.
And one of the things that I love about Symphony of the Night is the way that it was created, at least in my opinion, was that if you wanted to charge through it, you could.
Yeah.
It would be difficult.
Right.
But you could do it.
Yeah.
And the way that the map was set up is it was very circular in that you kind of come back around to places that you need to get to.
Yeah.
Which maybe Bloodstained is as well, but right now it feels like I actually just had to do a bunch of useless backtracking, and now I'm just sort of sitting in this one area filling out menus, and like I don't like it. I don't like the way it's set up.
You're wasting your time doing all that crap.
I feel like I am. Am I? Okay.
No, and I'm not saying like this is the game's fault that you're wasting your time. You personally, there's no reason for you to be doing all that stuff.
Okay.
Right? That boss that you fought is difficult. I got stuck on him too.
He's way too hard to be the first main boss you find in the
he is a little too overpowered. Yeah. It's an odd difficulty spike.
Yeah.
What I ended up doing is I ended up just going back to the store with the teleporter and explore thoroughly.
Yeah. I don't know how I missed that room to begin with. I found the one near the boss room.
It's up there. You got to kind of jump up on the rooftops and stuff. But I bought, you get the potions. If you have, I believe, 4 potions, you can craft them into a mega potion, I believe is the term, which obviously refills more of your health. So what you need to do is craft at least 1 mega potion and then just go buy mega potions and fight him and go ahead and spam
him and then just keep healing.
Spam your potions. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that sucks.
But because I'm a fair amount past that,
Yeah,
and
I mean, I'm only 3 hours into the game.
The layout of the map, at least to me, does seem pretty smart. You're always kind of guided to where you need to go.
Okay.
And yeah, when you do get a new power up, you do kind of wind your way back pretty close to where you can use it, or at least close to a teleport room so you can bounce back to where you need to go to use it. So
yeah, it's just mostly, and I remember actually voicing that while I was playing it when I got to that boss and I was fighting for the 5th or 6th time. I actually was saying to the viewers on the channels, like, this is killing the game for me.
Yeah.
I'm really not enjoying it. And I don't mind having a boss that I have to fight a couple of times, but I felt like I wasn't making any progress at all. Like, every time I fought him, like, I'm not getting any better at this guy.
Right.
I'm not seeing the openings. I know they must be there, but they're not. I don't know if they're not being telegraphed properly, or I'm just missing the hint.
Right.
But which is completely possible. But yeah, it was too bad. It was kind of a downer for me. And then I went and did all that side quest stuff and realized that, boy, I don't like crafting in games anyway. I've never been a fan of it.
Right.
And in this one, I really don't like it in like a Castlevania style game.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, any of that side quest stuff, I don't actively pursue any of it. If I go back to the base to, buy some potions or something, I'll look and see, do I happen to have the ingredients to make this woman her meal?
Right.
Do I can I craft her dinner? I know you Canadians love craft dinner.
That's good. No, but I mean, even that, it was like, I felt like extra steps that I didn't want to deal with, like the pizza as an example.
Right.
It's like, okay, so I need to find cheese and pizza dough.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh wait, you have to go look at pizza dough and see that actually to make that you need to break it down even further, and find flour and
again, honestly, oh my gosh, there's a child outside your window.
Yep, there's a child outside the house.
Oh my gosh, is this? This is a 3 men and a baby situation.
Crawl through that window
is that a ghost? Is that a ghost baby hanging outside your window?
Yeah, let me in. Anyway,
but yeah, no. Honestly, though, I don't waste your time with with that stuff. Yeah, it's not, the benefits that you get from it do not seem to be worth the hassle unless you just happen to, if you happen to have the ingredients, cool, I'll do it. But I'm not going to waste time.
See, and that's the way that I would normally play one of these games.
Yeah.
So
that's the way you should be
like
playing
I had to do it a different way.
You don't.
So okay, all right. Well, that's what I'll do then.
You don't. Yeah, like I said, that boss. Basically, what I ended up having to do is, sort of goad. I'd walk towards him, kind of goad him into an attack, and then either jump back or jump over him to dodge the attack, and then get a couple slices in from behind him, and then run away and repeat the procedure. And then, of course, I'm going to end up taking a few hits, and then just, hey, I have like 5 mega potions, which I think is the max you can carry. So it's like, okay, time to use a mega potion. I think I may have used like 2 of them, to polish him off. But
okay, then that's totally what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. So
okay,
and then at least where I am now, because there's been a couple of other bosses that I've faced where I've had to resort to using a potion, but by the point where I am now, I don't know how you are doing for money at this point in the game, because
I was hurting for money, but then realizing like I have all these extra shards that I don't really need.
Yeah.
That was the other thing that actually my viewers were telling me. It's like, because I was kind of looking at spreading out the love across shards, because you have to, again, something that kind of drives me crazy is you need to upgrade the shards manually.
Right.
But it's like, no, you want to concentrate on a couple of them. Don't worry about upgrading all of them.
Yeah, find the 1 or 2 you like.
Yeah.
And focus on those. And there are a couple that you will get later in the game that are kind of skill-based stuff. There's one that lets you travel through water, for example.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But but like, okay, if you like the fireball one, then just focus on the fireball one.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah. But at least where I am now, I am really not hurting for money. So So you will get to that point.
See, and that's the thing. Like I say, going and I always identify with Symphony of the Night because that's when I go back and replay. But I have played all of the Game Boy Advance and the DS and 3DS games and everything, and it was always the same thing where it's like, oh, here's this thing that costs a lot of gold. Doesn't matter because I haven't really spent any.
Right.
So I've got tons. Like I don't need to think about it, or maybe I'll have to go out and farm for like 20 minutes or something.
Right.
But
and I'm actually stuck at a boss myself now. And it was interesting because I just fought a boss, and then I traveled just through a brief stretch of castle and ended up in another boss chamber fighting someone else. Minor spoilers, I guess. I mean, it's a well-worn video game trope. It is Metal Gear.
Okay.
Well,
is it a Hind D?
It's a walking tank.
Oh, okay.
They can't call it Metal Gear.
No,
of course. No, it's a evil duplicate. You fight,
Oh yeah, doppelganger. Sure.
Yeah. So it's obviously just about every game has that sort of thing. So I'm fighting her now. Evil Miriam. Miriam. Oh, you know what else happened to me while I was playing this earlier this week? I sort of inadvertently got a bad ending.
Congratulations.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was just going through the castle, exploring it as you do, and I entered a room, and the guy who is they're clearly painting as like the final boss, I forget his name, was there. And he's like, "Oh, Miriam, are you ready to challenge me?"
Oh, like, the guy you see at the end of the boat, basically.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I guess I'm fighting him right now, and I fight him, and I actually beat him. And then it's just like,
you sucker,
you killed me, but you did it too soon. And then there's a brief little cutscene of me talking to some of the good guy characters. It's like, well, you killed the bad guy, but everything's still bad. So better luck next time. And then it just game over. It's like, well, okay, I guess I can sort of inadvertently, just by randomly exploring the castle, which is kind of the point of these games, trigger a bad ending, give myself a game over. So something to watch out for.
Yeah, I'll probably end up doing it too.
Yeah.
What else did I play this week? Hang on, let me go look at the list. Oh,
yeah.
I replaced the battery in my Saturn.
Oh, good job.
For the first time ever.
Good
my
job.
unit Saturn. So now I can save games again because, of course, the cartridge slot doesn't work, so my RAM cartridges don't work. But I started playing Dragon Force.
It's a great game.
Yes, on stream I've been playing it, and
so much fun.
Oh, so good. Although I will say the as I think a lot of us thought back in the day, the Working Designs translation hasn't aged all that well.
In some
parts.
Their pop culture references?
A lot of the pop culture references are a little dated now. But whatever. That's you can live with that. Dragon Force, yeah, man. I loved that game.
Oh yeah, it was great
when it came out. Yeah. So RPG, I guess strategy RPG. The strategy comes into the fact that you put together armies and then you actually fight battles with your troops in real time, which looks super impressive.
It's great.
Just a bunch of, you can have like 200 little sprites of soldiers running around fighting each other on the field. And it's got like I think 9 different stories because you can play as different generals of different areas. But man, I'd forgotten how difficult that game is to start. Nothing happens for a long time. Because if you overextend yourself, like the whole idea is that you occupy different castles and you overextend yourself, you're kind of screwed. So, but yeah, I started playing that, and I'm playing that on my channel every other Tuesday night. Cool. So if you want to come see some of that played, you should check it out. CT will put the link in the show notes because he always does.
I will.
And the other game that I was really excited about, finally, F1 2019 came out. Which if you've been listening to the show, you know that the last few years, the F1 games have been right near the top of my top 5, if not my favorite games each year. I'm a big F1 fan. Been really excited about this one because, like any other sports game, the F1 games are kind of small steps forward from the previous year. right? It's like, this is clearly last year's game. Here's some new features we've added or bolted on. Codemasters has done a great job with it. They've built to, a very, very strong base game that they've been adding features to. But this year was exciting to me because they've actually come out and said, like, we've actually been working on 2019 for 2 years now. It's almost like last year was an update, but this year is more of a new game. It's still sort of the same base, but they changed the tire wear and things like that. They've done a lot of different things to it, so it's really cool. But one of the things that I'm really interested in is that they've added a feeder series. So the F2 series, which is where younger drivers, generally get plucked from to go race in Formula One. And they've added that this year, and they added it to the campaign mode, which I thought was kind of interesting because, campaign mode in these games is normally, for anyone who follows F1, there are 10 teams, 20 drivers. And previously, when you go into campaign, you start a season, you basically take the seat of one of those drivers. And then you're meant to build rivalries. But it kind of feels it always felt a little bit forced because you're kind of, you're created character and with all these real drivers. And if you move team to team, because of the nature of the F1 license in previous years, it's like if you move from, say, Sauber to Ferrari, and you take, you guys aren't going to know any of these names, but anyone who's listening who knows F1 will know, you take, say, Sebastian Vettel's seat. Well, he doesn't move to Sauber. The driver that you previously replaced comes back in. So it kind of makes the points really screwy. So like for the rest of the season, Vettel's name will still be there, but he's not taking part in any of the races. So it just felt really odd. This year, they've loosened up the license where I think drivers are actually able to move around, which is great. But when they talked about bringing the F2 feeder series for campaign, in my mind, I'm like, that's awesome. It's not conducive to a good experience for me because I take so long to play everything that I'll have to play a season of F2. I'll never even get into F1 before the next game comes out.
Right.
But the way they did it, I really like, is they basically put you into 3 race situations, and you have 2 characters that are also fictional characters that you're racing in F2. So they put you in, like, say, the very first racing situation is you're halfway through a race, something's wrong with your car, and you slow down a lot. Your main rival passes you already, and then when your car speeds back up, your teammate's right behind you. And then when you take control of the game, your team is saying, like, you should let your teammate through so he can try to go win the race, and then you can do your best with your crippled car, basically. And you kind of have to choose. It's like, do I let him through, or do I see if I can go win anyway? And then that builds a relationship between you and these 2 rivals who, and that happens, there's 3 different situations like that. And then you're signed to an F1 team, and so are they. So now when you start your F1 career, those 2 guys are there as well. So you already have a history with them. And that's kind of where they launch off to the main season. So I'm really enjoying it so far. The game looks absolutely gorgeous. The lighting in particular, I think they revamped the lighting completely. And I was tweeting pictures of it there the other night when I was racing, and having a lot of people just saying, like, this looks incredible. Like, I thought you were actually, a couple people were like, I thought you were actually tweeting pictures of an actual broadcast of the game, of the racing. So anyway, just sort of my initial thoughts after playing a couple hours of it. I'm absolutely loving it. I love all the changes they've made so far. They fixed a lot of the things I didn't like last year. This new campaign mode is great. Yeah, really, really, really liking it. And I'm going to be playing that on Twitch this week on Thursday as well, because somebody's actually requested it. One of our donors has requested it. So
nice.
Anyway, yeah, cool. Really, really, really liking it so far.
That's
now you
awesome.
can wake up again, CJ.
I'm awake.
That's all I've been playing.
All right, Phil, what do you got?
Racing.
NASCAR. You playing NASCAR?
Racing. Well, I've been playing some Bloodstained, as you might have gathered from the previous chat. You know what I did this week? Just on a whim. I booted up the old Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic Edition.
Familiar with it?
And just started playing a little The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Best Zelda.
Nice.
Have you played this game before?
It's a good game.
Ever.
Well, let me tell you, but there's nothing wrong with that game.
Nope.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that game. I adore Link to the Past.
Great game, yeah.
And yeah, I think I might just sit down and play through the whole darn thing again.
Well, the nice thing is those games, that's even a bigger game from back then, but it's not that long.
Yeah, it's like, what,
Right.
a dozen hours maybe?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I seem to remember.
Especially since you know where to go, more or less.
Yeah, which is true. I've actually already, because I just started the thing. You at the beginning of the game, you got to get those 3 pendants before you can go into the woods to get the Master Sword. I've already got 2 of the pendants, so I'm well on my way to Master Swording it up. Such a great game, though. So I've kind of been replaying that. And then I picked up this week for the Nintendo Switch the Stranger Things game. Stranger Things 3 : the game.
Stranger Things 2 the game?
As far as I know, there was no Stranger Things 2 the game.
I don't think so.
That was an iOS game though, right?
There was a the iOS game was based on the first season.
Right. Sorry.
It's actually by the same developer.
It is Bonus XP. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, same developer made the iOS game, and they made this one, and it's kind of like a 16-bit styled isometric action adventure kind of game.
Oh.
Which the
Stranger Things like.
it is
Stranger Things Mania.
It's an Outer Limits clone. So, as I like to say,
yeah.
But I picked it up the other because it came out on
the 4th of July.
Day. Yeah. On the day of our glorious country's birth. And which is also the day when the new season went up on the Netflix. Yep. So I picked it up and I started playing a little bit of it and realized, this seems to be actually sticking pretty close to what the actual plot of the season is going to be. So I stopped playing because I hadn't watched the show yet, and I didn't want the dumb video game to spoil me on stuff.
Yeah.
What was this CJ shaking his head? What?
He's shaking his head. Something I just wrote to him.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
I'm shaking my head at Greg's message.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know I'm not going to do that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. I just saw the message.
I think we should reveal it to the listeners.
No,
I think we have to at this point.
I'm trying to be polite.
Greg at 9:32 p.m. Keep this timestamp in your head so you can mute my burp.
There it is. Burp. There it is.
Yeah.
Greg, we're all human here.
That's right.
Humans make noises. We can't control it.
Sometimes.
Here,
game on now.
For solidarity. There you go.
That's gross.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez. There. Now we got it.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I did steal
get down
fizzy lifting drinks
from the fizzy lifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all people here, man.
That's right.
You know what? I bet there's not a listener out there who has not also burped.
Hey, Firehawk in the chat. Yes, Telltale was supposed to make a Stranger Things game.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Didn't they? They announced it, didn't they?
Yeah, they announced it.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. They don't exist no more.
Nope.
Oh, speaking of such things, did you see that? Was it Skybox? Is that the
Skybound?
Skybound, the people who have the Skybox, do they make sports trading cards?
Probably.
That's probably why I was thinking.
Probably.
Because I'm a big sports guy now.
Yes.
But
we know.
They're releasing the full gamut of the Telltale Walking Dead games.
That's correct. Yeah.
It'll be like
Skybound is the company, the comic book company that does Walking Dead.
Yes.
Well,
not
no more.
Not no more.
No more.
I didn't realize that though. So they're releasing like one whole big package of Walking Dead.
Yeah, and they've also confirmed that because it's going to be there was 4 seasons.
There were
because
and then there was
the Michonne spinoff.
Michonne, yeah,
and then there was the 400 days. Was that
in between thing?
I think that was like in between seasons 1 and 2, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's going to be one package. It's going to have all 4 seasons. It's going to have the 400 days. It's going to have Michonne, and they have confirmed that they are all on the disc. So you don't have to worry about having to download any of those games and, eventually being taken off of whatever service.
Might grab that.
I might actually as well, just to have it.
Yeah, just because I never did finish. I only finished seasons 1 and 2.
Same here. And when 400 Days I played through as well.
Oh yeah, I think I played through that as well.
Yeah, but I've only played 1 and 2.
So I kind of like to.
Yeah. So something, and I think they're charging like 50.
Oh damn.
Maybe I don't know if it's going to be 60, but
that's not bad though for the amount of game you're getting.
Well, yeah, you're getting five games and then that little kind of in-betweener thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got the Stranger Things game.
Is it good?
I almost corrected because I said Stranger Things game and then I almost second guessed myself and corrected it to be Stranger Games thing. But then I realized no, I was right the first time. Stranger Things game seems like it's going to be okay. I mean, like I said, it's styled.
The last one was good.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah.
What do you mean, the mobile game? The mobile game was good.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, XP is a good developer. I played a little bit of the third game or the demo they had at GDC, and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like it feels very much like a Super Nintendo game that's based on a license.
It sure does.
I mean, it really does. Yeah. And like I said, it starts
better
off
than those from the day.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives me vibes of like a I could see a Jurassic Park game having been released in a similar style, something like that.
Yeah.
But
good Jurassic Park games were hard to come by back then.
They definitely were.
True.
But yeah, it totally starts off, and since I picked it up, I've watched a few of the episodes, and yeah, it starts off very similar to how the show starts off, and it feels like, I guess, very minor spoilers for Stranger Things season 3. There are like Russian spies involved in the plot of the show. Okay. So at the start of the game, you're walking around the mall and you're having conversations with shady Russian guys standing around in hallways.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that happened a lot.
And
we all remember that.
You're swinging a baseball bat to beat up rats. That turns out rats are playing a pretty large role in the show as well. So it seems like one of those things where it's like we're taking elements from this licensed property and sort of expanding on like there's rats in the show, so now there's rats all over the place in the game and you're beating them up. And now you're chatting with they're on the lookout for a Russian spy, and suddenly there's bunch of Russian spies hanging out giving you missions, and I need you to open the door.
We've all seen Cloak and Dagger.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So
I love that movie.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. And it seems like you can because you start off with just 2 of the kids, and you can swap back and forth between the kids, and they have different weapons and things, and you can actually issue commands to them. So it's like, you walk one kid over to like a pressure plate, and you switch to the other kid, and then you give the command, stand on that pressure plate, and then you walk over and you step on another plate, and suddenly a door unlocks and that kind of crap. So that seems pretty cute.
And you can play it cooperatively too.
Yes.
It's 2-player co-ops.
So there you go.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? This was right before the show. I tweeted about this a little bit before we were on the show. I was out at Target.
Target?
The store. You don't know about this store, Greg. This is a store we have in the United States of America.
All my experience with it was that it was a terrible store.
They're pretty. They're okay here.
They can be.
Yeah. I guess the Canadian ones weren't that hot, but
they were terrible.
Boy, Target's going all in on that Stranger Things.
Well, they did that before for the previous 2 seasons.
Yeah, they got all sorts of Stranger Things crap over there. But the crap that is relevant to our interest is, look at this. This is a little miniature arcade cabinet.
Oh,
cool. From the good folks at Namco.
Oh, okay.
The Palace Arcade, which I guess is the arcade in the show. and it's got side panel art.
Oh, neat.
That's
with,
cool.
Caricatures of the kids on one side, and then Namco characters on the other.
That's cool.
And it has. Oh, here I'll just let's
boot it up.
Oh.
Oh wow!
The theme song.
There's that Stranger Things theme song, and you probably can't see it on my camera, but it's got a little title change. No. But it's got I'm going to turn this off here. It's got
like a retro style Stranger Things game.
Well, it's got 4 because it's made by Namco. It's got Pac-Man, Dig Dug, and then what? I think. Oh,
you can't tell by the characters on the.
Well, it's like Galaxian or Galaga. I can't. Pac-Man, Galaxian, Dig Dug, and Galaga. So it's both. Okay. And then there are 16. Count them.
Whoa.
Original quotes. Stranger Things themed games.
That are variations on those.
That they seem to be like the couple that I've looked at are like rip-offs of old games. Okay. So there's like
expected.
It's Frogger, but you're the little slug thing from season 2, the little baby Demogorgon hopping across the street. And it's Robotron, but you're Steve running around.
Games that Namco didn't make.
That
that's funny.
They're let's call them homages, Greg.
Okay. Inspired by.
Yes. So, but yeah, so I picked. It's very overpriced at $30, but I picked it up for the novelty of it. So there you go. So that's what I've been playing this week.
Cool.
Jay?
I think that means now it's time for tweets.
Oh, tweedly deedly dee.
God.
Oh, tweedly deedly dee. Tweet. Oh, tweet. Oh, tweet.
Okay.
Have you ever seen? Oh my goddess. That Bell Dandy.
Sure
oh boy.
Bell Dandy.
Oh boy.
Oh God. All right. Let's do this one. From Hacker Alias, Mr. Nelson, who says, what glorious Atari 2600 box art would you like to see made into a modern video game?
Ooh.
Can we bring up an archive of
of course we can. I mean, obviously Missile Command. With all of its you could assume like a VR experience like the Star Trek Bridge Crew thing.
Oh yeah,
many knobs and dials that are in the cover of that.
I'm partial to Dodge 'em because it looks like kind of a 1920s cannonball run thing.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
So I would be all over that.
I'd be down with that.
They're jalopies with the cranks on the front.
2600 game art was beautiful.
Hell yeah.
I always liked the video checkers art, which is bizarre because it's like you have it's this the large image of it. It looks kind of like Tim Curry with really long hair.
It does look kind of like Tim Curry,
and he's wearing an elaborate crown. And then there are these two kind of pudgy looking people, and they look very smug, and they're wearing these like
one of those people is that kid's mom.
Is that what it is?
I guess.
Okay, but they're wearing like kind of future looking clothes, like what we would imagine back in like 1979, what you would imagine people in the year 2010 wearing.
Be wearing, yeah.
It's like shiny blue plastic shirts with pointed shoulder pads and stuff, and there's like weird buildings in the background, and it's it's a checkers game. But
I just stumbled across a blog where somebody took the original illustrations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They renamed the games. I don't know what the illustration for this one is. It's like a knight.
Yeah.
With almost like he's against a green screen and where his body should be. It looks like it might be a cover for like Rampart or something like that.
Okay.
It's called Magna Carta.
Is it Warlords? Maybe.
Yeah, that's what it is. Warlords. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Warlords.
And like, there's one with a bunch of sports on the cover. It's just
Warlords
called Every Sport Ever in Pong form. The actually Dodgem cover is called "Oh, I Say."
That's about right.
But I do love. I mean, that they are very much like they're the painted illustrations that you would see in like 70s movie posters and things, and they're just beautiful.
They're great.
Yeah,
the Breakout one is great.
Yes,
you have the astronaut with the rainbow reflected in his the glass dome of his helmet.
Yeah.
Gar's Revenge would be an amazing.
Yeah.
The giant robot fly.
Mm-hmm.
You know which one I've always liked?
Great ones. What's that?
I always like the Space Invaders one, and it's kind of a
very simple.
It's a very simple one. It's just this kind of dome spaceship with a big hole in the bottom, and it's like shooting a laser or tractor beam or something out of it.
Yeah.
But I always remember the
Space Invaders.
Yeah.
It looks like something from a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
But the part that always got me about that is the top of the Space Invaders ship is like a big glass dome.
Yeah.
And if you look inside, it's like a full city, which suddenly it's like gives you this incredible sense of scale that these ships are just like giant flying cities.
Yeah. Well, they're from Star 3, clearly.
But that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, a lot of outstanding box art in those old games.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Gord Cooper, who says, with summer break being a thing right now, what games do you remember playing in vacation with the family? For me, it was arcades near our campsites, so Time Killers, Stun Runner, Turtles in Time, WrestleMania, etc. Any holiday-specific faves in the crew?
We used to go down to Maine. I think it was in Maine, and it was a place called Old Orchard Beach, and it had this massive open-air arcade.
Oh, yeah.
And I vividly remember playing a lot of Paperboy. They had one of the big deluxe sit-down machines of Outrun.
Oh, nice.
I'm on that.
Wait, how about you talking about summer-themed games, man? Outrun?
Oh,
yeah, that's a good one.
You know, that first stage driving along the beach there. How summertime is that?
Yeah,
especially when you crash into the water. Perfect.
But yeah, I mean, those were the ones that I really remember from. They had everything though. Any class you could think of was in that arcade, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family used to vacation in the summer, like in Wisconsin, either Wisconsin Dells, or we would go like up to like we would go to like this cabin area in the woods in the fall, and they had pole position at their arcade.
Oh yeah,
which was just a fantastic game, and Kangaroo. Which is where I learned to love the game Kangaroo, which is really just a Donkey Kong clone.
Yeah, very much.
Not much of anything. But it's a fantastic game. I love Kangaroo and played a ton of it. And
That's
of course, you have to
game, right?
I think so. No. It was one of the other. I forget who. It wasn't Atari. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember who, but yeah, I played a lot of those games. And of course, you'd have to ask your parents for quarters for all that stuff. And then
Sun Electronics.
You know, later on, like, when the Turtles arcade game was out, or like the Contra arcade game, you know, usually I'd find like one or two games at an arcade that were like the thing I wanted to focus on most. And
Turtles was a staple.
Turtles, of course, being a staple. And then like get my brother to play multiplayer with me and try to beat the game.
Yeah.
We used to go over to Prince Edward Island when I was a kid every summer, multiple times, because my uncle would be racing over there. And you had to take a ferry. There's a bridge there now. You had to take a ferry. And
you've talked about this.
Ferries before. The big ferry had an arcade in it, and it had a sit down hard drive. And I also remember very
nice.
Ivan Iron Man Stewart Super Off Road.
Mm-hmm.
It had Gauntlet, the 4-player or 3-player, was it Gauntlet? I forget how many players were in Gauntlet, 3 or 4. And the Turtles. And I think I haven't been on that arcade or that ship or whatever ship has replaced it in 25 years.
Yeah.
I think that Turtles machine is still on the boat because a guy I work with happened to go there last summer and he posted a picture of Turtles on the boat. And I'm like,
nice.
I'll bet you anything that's the same machine my brother and I played.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. More than likely.
CJ?
Yeah.
For the record, Kangaroo, developed by Sun Electronics.
Sun Electronics.
Distributed by Atari.
Oh, okay. There you go. I knew it was not Atari, but they also put out the console version.
Kind of Atari.
Kind of Atari.
Yeah. But yeah, summer. I mean, I think summer video game memories, at least for people our age, a lot of it is going to be arcade stuff because that's when you're out of school and you get to go out and you're playing with your friends and you're going to like malls and mini golf courses and arcades and places where they have arcade games. So I played a lot. I mean, all the stuff you guys mentioned, obviously, but like the Simpsons arcade game, played a ton of that.
Yes,
my friends. Narc was another
Narc was
popular game with me and my friends. So
and then there was like the Street Fighter days and the Combat.
Yep.
Daytona. Yeah. Oh my God, played so much Daytona and Ridge Racer.
Yeah. Yep. There's a arcade. Well, it's what is it? Galaxy
World.
Galaxy World, yeah, up in Naperville, Illinois.
Yes.
At the they had a Galaxy Force 2 machine.
Ooh, I never saw one of those.
They did.
It was one of the sit down ones. It was like
a 360s?
Yeah, it was like the Like it wasn't like the gyroscopic.
Oh, okay.
It was, but I believe it rotated. Oh, I hit my mic.
Calm down.
I get really excited about Galaxy Force 2, Greg. You know that.
I don't blame you.
Well. But it would rotate, on its one axis, 360 degrees. I believe that may be a false memory, but it certainly moved quite a bit.
Well, I mean, Sega was known for that, right? Their big moving cabinets.
Yeah, they also had a Rad Racer there as well, which was the first
Rad Racer.
Radmobile. Radmobile.
I remember playing Virtual Racing for the first time, and their deluxe machine, I remember vividly, had airbags in it that would stimulate the G forces of.
Oh wow!
It was kind of neat.
Huh. That's awesome.
Interesting. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Jerf Solo, who says, "What is your favorite console launch and death anecdote?" And he says, I took 800 bottle caps from Giant Stadium to enter the Mountain Dew 360 launch contest. Didn't win.
Ooh.
And his favorite death was my mom surprising me with a Dreamcast the holiday I knew my parents were struggling hardest.
Oh.
Okay. I would say as far as launches go, I mean, just for the record, I won one of those 360s.
You did.
Because that was when I was unemployed and you didn't need to buy the Doritos. It was Doritos here. Yeah. It was in the States. You could just generate codes every hour.
Which you could, I think you do that here too, but it was harder to win it in the US.
Bigger population. But that's how I got my 360. But no, my favorite system launch anecdote for sure is hands down when CJ and I outside of Best Buy for our PlayStation 2s.
Yes, that is by far the one.
Yep. Didn't one of you urinate in an alley that evening?
Unless it was CJ.
It might have been me. Yeah, probably.
we were literally like across a field from my apartment.
Yeah, I think we did take breaks where we drove back to your apartment.
Yeah.
Well, how did you keep your place in line if you
would go and the other one would stay?
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That was a good time. I would never do it, but
no, God no.
But I was 23 or something at the time.
I've never camped out for a video game system. No, actually, I've never camped out for anything overnight that I remember doing, like a movie premiere or anything like that. I've certainly lined up
early in the morning
beforehand.
Yeah. Since then, I've done that too. Like I think for the Wii in the PlayStation 3, I was standing in line outside of EB Games at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, one of the early episodes of this podcast, I went to the lines and interviewed people who were in there. Yeah. I was not in the line for PS3 or the Wii.
You were buying them in back alleys out of shady vans, weren't you?
Well, that was the Xbox 360. Yeah. Yeah.
I was working at Babbage's when the Saturn launched. So
I was too.
So that was weird. That was
I worked that night, actually.
Yeah. It was one of those
weird.
Yeah, so we got the new Sega machine in today.
Yeah.
About September.
I guess we're selling that now.
Yeah. That was weird.
It was really weird.
Yeah.
Good thing you didn't work at KB Toys.
Why is that?
because they didn't get it, right?
Did they not get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were pissed too.
Yeah, they never forgave Sega for that.
Wow.
But they're out of business now. So
So I guess Sega won.
Right.
Oh man.
And then favorite death. I mean, I usually had most of the systems before they perished, but I guess the Virtual Boy buying that
that's what I was just going to say.
I wish I hadn't.
Those blockbuster Virtual Boys.
Yeah, that, and I got a 32X with Star Wars Arcade for cheap from KB Toys. Yeah,
nice.
When that was dying.
I also picked up my TurboGrafx 16 as it was on its way out. So I was able to get I think I paid $50 for the system, and I think $150 for the CD add-on.
Wow, that's not bad.
Which was, a pretty solid discount because I think the CD was like $400 or something.
It was like prohibitively expensive.
Yeah. And then the games were starting to go on clearance at Toys R Us and places, so I was able to get a lot of the games for dollars.
Yeah.
Never ever been part of that, getting games on the cheap because the system's done.
Really?
No.
How about the Neo Geo Pocket Color?
I didn't really grab a bunch of games.
You didn't jump onto that?
Oh man, Amazon was selling games for Neo Geo Pocket Color for cheap.
We were all at Ziff in Oakbrook when Amazon was blowing out for
like $5 each.
I had what I wanted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was buying just about any of the games I could snap up from Amazon.
This isn't what you mentioned before. I may have missed some of what you said, Phil, but when the Saturn was dying, Best Buy cleared out Saturn games, and they had it's like some of the stores were discounting everything to $5 and other stores weren't. So you had to like go around doing like a price check on some of the games. But yeah, I found a location that had everything, and I just like basically I'll take all of these.
Old.
It was great.
Oh man,
I tripled my Saturn library like that weekend. Fun stuff. All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Rambus Dunk, who says, if the leaks are legit and Nintendo is making a smaller Switch without detachable Joy-Cons, shouldn't they take the opportunity to make it more ergonomic? I'm looking at you, right, Analog.
Yeah. I think they should.
I mean, sure. Yeah, it depends what your definition of ergonomic is, because I feel like I read this question and I think of those like cases that add like a honking like Duke style control thing to the side, and I like that. I don't agree with.
I would think even some contouring on the back. That would just
contouring on the back,
your hands a little bit. That's all they would have.
Yeah,
in my opinion, that and a D-pad. That
and a D-pad.
I mean, that needs to happen. If you can't detach the Joy-Cons anyway,
you may as well
D-pad on the thing.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool if they would do that. I guess we'll find out if it's true that they're going to do a.
You're going to buy one
mini
if they do it.
No.
Aren't you really?
I don't think so.
TJ will buy whatever.
Why would I buy a Switch Mini? I will buy a Switch Pro.
Will you buy them?
If they make an upgraded Switch with with like redesigned Joy-Cons or like a bigger screen or whatever it is, whatever the current rumor is. Digital Foundry's done a bunch of work on the next Tegra chip that apparently they're going to use. And if they make that, I'll buy that. Yeah, I'll buy an upgraded Switch. I won't buy a Switch Mini though. You heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's do this one from Hagrelius Docky, who says, would you pay for a new abridged version of a game, like a Reader's Digest edition with content cut? I'd love to play a 10-hour version of Persona 5 or Yakuza 0, even older games like Baldur's Gate or Suikoden. Otherwise, I'd never buy them.
I don't think I would go that way. I really, I'll go back to what M2 and Sega did with Phantasy Star. I think that's go with older games. Like make it give the players the option to do something that's super easy to the point that they can tear through it if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then if they want, but still be able to experience all of it if they feel like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I'd go for an abridged version of anything like that.
Yeah, that seems to be the way to do it.
I mean, what I think it would be interesting for them to do is do like a demo that is multi-hour. They won't do this, but like I'm thinking of the Dead Rising. Remember before Dead Rising 2 came out, they did like a
chapter 0 or whatever it was.
It was
called.
like a chapter 0, and it was like $5 or something on.
Yeah, it
was super cheap. But I bought it and played it and enjoyed it quite a bit. And it would be interesting to see that kind of thing be used in some of these situations. Like, I'll never play Persona 5. I don't think
that's that far-fetched of an idea. I mean, like, they did that with Metal Gear Solid 5, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll never play through Death Stranding. Never going to play that, probably.
Oh, I'm definitely playing that. But no, I think you could do something else too, like we mentioned earlier when we were talking about Alan Wake. Re-release Alan Wake, and if you want to do it that way, really release it as chapters. I mean, that game's built for it.
That's true. Yeah.
But if you could do that, I would totally be down for something like that, where it's like, if I just want to buy a chapter or two, great. And then if I don't like it, I don't have to keep playing it. But yeah.
Okay. I think that's where we'll leave it. I think that's it.
Well, all right.
End the episode.
All right.
We still got an after show to record.
Dear God.
Am I right?
Another Mike Wilson after show?
It is actually.
Oh God.
We might have to divide it into 2 parts. I don't know.
It's just gonna be a bunch of us. It's an hour of us going, I don't know.
I don't know. Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something that you heard, you can direct that to @P1Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward.
I highly recommend reading the backlog.
Yes, indeed. You'll find Generation 16 episodes as they happen.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, the next one happens tomorrow.
Cool.
And if you're listening to this on Apple Podcast or whatever else, the next
already
one
happened
yesterday.
There you go. All right.
So go check it out.
Yeah. Also on our website, we got show notes and links to all the things that we talked about during the show, and we also have a link to our Discord server where you can talk about games, maybe exchange Mario Maker level codes with other listeners, or you can discuss this episode if you want to. I don't know if you really want to with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up Apple's podcast application. You can also head over to the App Store and invest $1.99.
Cheap.
To pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application, which gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitters, the what have you. You also have all of our episodes ready to stream right to your listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users! Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening devices as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
That's right there at the Amazon Android Marketplace. We're also on Stitcher Radio. You can like us on Facebook. We are on Spotify. You can watch archives of our show or check us out live most weeks. At least for the next couple weeks.
The next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Over at youtubes.com/P1 podcast. We'll see what happens after that, folks.
Yeah.
I do not know.
I like how they say Hangouts is ending. Go to this URL.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, okay, can we still do what we
just google.com
normally do? Do I have to do anything different? If I go to this URL, is it going to tell me what I need to set up?
I don't know.
Just credit card number. That's all.
Yeah. Just figure this thing out. Use our other service.
Hangouts.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I will say this. If you've liked what you've heard, and how could you? You can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. Someone has to pay to pack up all those stupid amiibo.
True. Not gonna be me.
If you just leave them in the house and repurchase the collection when he gets there.
That might actually be cheaper.
It's cheaper.
I don't know about that.
Probably cheaper to just abandon it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them in the walls. Put them in the walls of the house.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That'll be a wonderful mystery for someone one day.
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? If you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier, you do gain access to a special post show every week of us goofing around, having fun, telling secrets, talking about who we like, talking about which teachers are just the worst, doing video games.
I feel like this is slightly false advertising because we never reveal any secrets or talk about any of the stuff that you're.
Here's a secret, CJ.
Yeah.
Shut up.
That was the same secret I was about to share.
Join us, won't you, Patreon friends? It'll be worth your while.
It will be.
And if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to Generation-16 got
what?
Goddamn. Generation-16 goddamn. Where you'll find a Patreon link to help support Greg Stewart's goddamn best show on the internet about North America's favorite second banana, Sega Genesis.
Thanks, Phil.
There it is. It's a good show. Good times, good fun. Go support Greg in all his endeavors.
Please.
Whether they are charitable or Genesis. Either way, he'll thank you.
That's a good way. Yeah, that's a good split. That's yeah.
Either way, he'll be happy.
Yeah.
CJ.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Be seeing you soon.
Hate you guys.
Greg Stewart.
Hi.
Gregory.
Yo.
Please look forward to being replaced by someone in the Pacific time zone. There
you go.
Us
time change.
Any of your podcasters are listening who need an East Coast host, I'm gonna have time.
Why don't you move to Vancouver?
Yeah, just do that. That's easy.
You can still be Canadian if
that's right.
Thing, you know. But you'll be
not going to lose your Canadian license.
Yeah. They got
I'm going to cry.
They got poutine over there in the Vancouver. You know? Hey, and thanks, of course, to our wonderful listeners. All 24 of you.
We love each and every one of you.
Yeah. And I guess we'll see you next week.
That's right. From a different venue for me.
As we continue our countdown to evil.
That's right. Getting inching closer.
Closer.
Day by day.
To the hoary depths of hell. It's going to be great.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I can't wait.
True. Yeah. It's true. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Evil and darkness, Joe.